Larry, that photograph of Massimo Giannulli was so jarring. Do you think he was preparing for prison and wanted to look tougher?
He did what we call the hard look by getting the shaved head and the goatee. He doesn't want people really to screw around with him. But then on the other hand, he ended up in a federal prison camp. He's not behind the fence. It's going to be a bunch of business people like him, and he can't hide who he is. So it's really not going to make a difference. Maybe he did that to psychologically prepare himself, but it's not going to intimidate anyone.
So he is who he is, and it's hard to hide who you are when you're kind of famous.
Well, yeah, he's a multimillionaire, maybe a billionaire. People are going to suck up to him because they're going to think he can do something for them. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. But, you know, he's there at Lompoc under COVID. He's in quarantine right now. He just touched down there today. And normal operations probably will not resume during his 5-month stay. He's not going to get any good time because his sentence is really short. But jobs, meals, just the whole situation, it's going to be boring because the inmates are going to be locked down a majority of the time. They are right now.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that that prison card. What do you call it? His ID card?
That's his BOP, Federal Bureau of Prisons identification card.
Interesting. I want to talk about his wife as well, because your organization has actually made contact with somebody who's housed with her and has a lot of insight on the conditions. Can you sort of walk me through what life is like for her right now?
She's in a 14-day quarantine, just like her husband. She's living in a makeshift building with porta potties, really no hot water. It's temporary showers, and they're sleeping on the floor. There's no beds. You know, they're on mattresses on the floor. And as far as meals, there are no hot meals. They're getting like granola, fruit, and dry cereal for breakfast, along with water. And then for dinner and for lunch and dinner, they're getting peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day. And she's crammed into this housing unit with somewhere between 14 and 18 other women, because people come and go as their quarantine date advances. But then when she gets out of that environment, she's going to go into the main institution. She's got a really short sentence anyway. She gamed the system when she went in. She picked that day because the BOP doesn't release people on the weekend. So she knew when she went in, her release date would be a weekend day, and they would have to release her the Friday before. But she's not going to have the normal inmate experience, because everything she's experiencing in the quarantine is going to apply, other than having regular showers and a regular bunk to speak on. The conditions are all the same.
You know, it's interesting. Some of the things that your colleague also noted, that it's only about 1 hour or so outside per week, as well as no recreation, no jobs, no visitors, and no education. Is this all because quarantine has just thrown a wrench into the regular system?
They don't have enough staff because the staff is out sick. And the inmate population is in flux. The inmates are sick too. I mean, there's lawsuits that are going on throughout the country because of the prison conditions. The Federal Bureau of Prisons, I mean, they tried, but they're not equipped to handle this. So when she gets on, let's call it general population, other than the showers and the bedding, it's all going to be the same. She's not going to experience, and neither will her husband, a regular prison operation. It's going to be like Groundhog Day and extremely boring. I mean,
unbelievable and very revealing. That's unbelievable stuff. Ashleigh, thank you so much, and we'll see you Sunday night. Judgment with Ashleigh Banfield, 8 p.m. Sunday.